9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi y'all, welcome to Yarnerific. Today I'm going to show you how to just do some basic crochet stitches. And so first we'll start with a slip knot. And I make mine like this. However you like to make yours, that's fine. And then so what we'll start with is just a basic chain. So it's yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So we're going to make, let's make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, make 15. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, actually make 16. Okay, so now after you yarned over and pull through, then what we'll do is we're going to just go back and I'll show you how. So the one that's on the hook, this stitch here, you're not doing anything with that first stitch. So what you'll do is you'll go into the one right after where the yarn is, the very first loop in the back, you go through there. So you just go in that loop, yarn over, and then yarn over, pull through 2. So this is a single crochet. So now you can see here in the first one, the work is done in the first stitch. So you're going to go into the very next one, whereas it's not worked yet, right there. And so you just go in through there, and through that loop, and then you go underneath and yarn over and pull through. And then like you scoop it under, rotate the hook and pull it through both loops. So again, so now you've got 2 completed. So, and you can see here, this is done. See, the work is done in that stitch. So then you have the next stitch, which is right here. So now we're just going to go in there, stick your hook in there, and then you can hold your work with these fingers here, and however you like to hold your yarn in your hand. So if you hold your work with these 2 fingers here, and then you take your hook and you go underneath, and then kind of rotate it and pull it through, yarn over, and then yarn over again, pull through. And that's pretty much how it goes. Yarn over, pull through. So you have 2 loops, yarn over, and pull through both loops. So again, you see where, so you would never go back in this one for the single crochet because you can see the stitches are worked in there already. So you'll just go into the next one, do it again, hold your work, wrap the yarn around the hook, pull it through. So now you have 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, and pull through both. So if you're finding it's hard for you to get the yarn through, so maybe then you're pulling too hard, your tension. And your tension is controlled between your yarn in this hand and your hook in here. So you see, if you go like this with the hook, you see all the play in the yarn. And then if you pulled your finger back, that's where your tension is. So you just have to figure out what, you know, what works for you, what's good. So we'll just go ahead, once you figure out what tension works for you, we'll just go ahead and finish these off all the way down. So just remember, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Go ahead and finish those. And if you have any questions or comments, if I can help and answer them, I will. Just leave them below. So just this, just your basic single crochet. All right. So when you get down to the end, you see that was your slip knot. That's your slip knot way down there. You don't go into your slip knot. That's not counted as a stitch. This is the last one here. So just go in there, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn, pull through 2. Okay, so now we're just gonna chain 1, just like you did originally, and then you're gonna flip it. So what you're doing is, when I say turn it, you just take it like this and just push it around like that. And so because you have to continue working in the stitches, in order to get to them, you have to turn the work. So, so what we'll do now is we'll just do another practice row. And you can see here, this is, some people call this a live stitch. Well, it's a live stitch on the hook. We're not going to do anything with that. This was this first hole right here. You're going to go back and do the same thing, single crochets. But this time you're not going through the top because you have 2 loops here. You're just going to go under both. So you go under both. See that hole? Right there. Go under there. Yarn over. So yarn over. Pull up 2 loops. Yarn over. Pull through the both. So to go in, there's no yarn, you're just going in. So the next one, you can see them here, these 2 right here, you're going under these 2. So right there, you're going under. So go under there, yarn over, pull up a loop, so you've got 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's how you're going to continue single crocheting all the way down. So you just go under both, then yarn over, pull up a loop, so you've got 2 loops, yarn over, pull through both. And you can kind of see a little bit of a hole right underneath those 2 from the prior round. So it's under like that V. So just go under there, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And so we're just going to do that all the way down. And you just want to make sure you're going under both loops when you go in there. So you can see this is completed work. So this is the next one right here. Right here's your next one. So go under there. All right, so go ahead and finish that off. If you need to rewind it, replay it, go ahead and do so. I'll meet you back. And when you get to the end, we're going to chain 1. Let's just finish this here. Okay, so here we are at the end, and you have your last V left here. The last stitch from the prior round, so it's going to be the same concept. There's nothing different. You just have to make sure you get in there. So just go under both, insert your hook under both, and then yarn over, pull it up, so you have 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2. And so it should kind of look like something like that. So far. So now what we'll do is we're going to chain 1, and we're going to do a half double crochet. So a half double crochet is bigger than a single crochet. And so what you'll do is after you chain 1, you need to flip your work. So just turn it in your hands so that you're back, so that your hook is still in the same hand. You just need that you can return the work. You can go, finish your stitching. So crocheting. So now what you'll do is you yarn over, and you're going to go again from here on out. You're working underneath those 2 loops. So the first one, you can see, find your first two there. So yarn over, go through, insert your hook, and then yarn over and pull up a loop, which should give you now 3 loops on your hook. So when you have 3 loops on your hook, you're halfway there. So yarn over and pull through all 3. And that's your half double. So you can, if you just want to look at your work real fast to see kind of where you're going, you can see this one is completed. You just did that one. So the next one, these are the top of the stitches. And so now you're just going to go in between, underneath there in the little holes. So yarn over and then go underneath. Yarn over, pull up a loop. You should have 3. 1, 2, 3. Yarn over and pull through all 3. So the only thing that's changing from the single crochet to the half double is now, before you go into the stitch, you're yarning over. And in the single crochet, if you remember, we just went in without any yarn. This one, you're yarning over first, going into the stitch, yarning over again, pulling it through, and then pulling through all 3. I'll do it, you can watch. So it's just yarning over on this one. So go ahead and finish that off to the end. And I will meet you back here when we get to the very last stitch. If you need to replay it, and just remember to keep your, your yarn and your hook, your tension right, however works for you. And just remember to yarn over first, go under both loops, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. All right, so here we are at the end, and you can see that's your last. Sometimes they're a little wonky at the end, but you just kind of have to use your hook to find it. So yarn over, go under the last stitch, draw up a loop, gives you 3, yarn over, pull through all 3. Chain 1 and turn. So you're basically flipping your work back so that you can work in the stitches you just finished. And so now if you count, you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so if you didn't chain 1, you should have 15 stitches. So when you chain 1, because you're going to flip your work, so chain 1 and flip it. That's the extra one to return. So now what we're going to do is we'll do a double crochet. And so for a double crochet, you're going to yarn over, insert through that first hole under the first 2 loops at the top, draw your yarn through, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then you're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So yarn over, insert it through the hook, go back over, yarn over, because you have to be able to pull that loop up, so you have to yarn over. So then yarn over, pull through 2. That leaves you 2 on the hook. Yarn over, pull through 2. So again, yarn over, go under your prior finished stitch, that V right there. After you yarn over, go through there. Then you need to draw the yarn on the hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that is a double crochet. And really it just depends on what the pattern calls for, you know, what stitch you'll be doing. And it just takes a lot of practice, really. Practice makes perfect. So, so we'll go ahead and try a few more, and then you can finish the row out here. So yarn over, you're going under, you can see it there. Go under those 2 loops, yarn over, and draw through the first 2, yarn over through the rest. Yarn over, draw up, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. Yarn over underneath those first 2, yarn over, draw up that loop, yarn over, draw through the first 2 loops, yarn over through the last 2. And you just keep doing it until you crochet like a pro. So yarn over, insert it through, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. And so we're coming down near to the end here. And again, it's the same concept. You do the same exact stitch you were doing before. You just have to find, sometimes it's like rounded near the end. So you just kind of gotta find where those last 2 loops are. Then go under, insert it on under that last stitch, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. So if you want to practice another row, you can. I think for now we'll leave it there, and then I'll show you treble crochet and some other things in another time. But happy crocheting. Thanks for watching, and have an awesome rest of the day. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and visit me on Instagram too. Take it easy.